Hey everyone, it's Jordan. Today I'm going to be doing a random book recommendations. Hey everyone, it's Jordan. Today I'm giving you guys random book recommendations. It's been a while since I've done a book recommendations video, and I love doing them, and I honestly miss doing them because I kind of took a break from them, but I thought about doing a random book recommendations because I'm trying to figure out what book recommendations that I want to do, but I just thought I would just pick random books that I want to recommend to you guys. So let's get to the book recommendations. So the first book recommendation I have for you guys is All Your Twisted Secrets by Diana Urban. This is about a group of students that were going to a scholarship dinner, but then there was a bomb and they had to choose who would die or they would all die. I love this book so much. I really love the twists and turns, and throughout the book you get to see what happens during the dinner and before the scholarship dinner. And I do recommend it for anybody who wants to read more mysteries but they're unsure on what mystery to pick up. I do recommend All Your Twisted Secrets. The next book recommendation that I have for you guys is Serpentine Dove by Shelby Maher, and this is about a witch who marries a witch hunter through arranged marriage, but he doesn't know that she's a witch, and the whole story goes from there. I really like the story. I know there's like a lot of like mixed reviews on it, but I do want people to give it a chance because I gave it a chance. Like if you're looking for books about witches and also a book that takes place in France, because some of the characters in here spoke French, I do recommend this, and especially with the sequel that just came out, and I do recommend it to anybody who's looking for another fantasy to read. And the next book recommendation that I have for you guys is I See London and I See France by Sarah Manowski, and this is about two girls who are best friends, and they are traveling around Europe together after their first year of college, and the whole story goes from there. I do recommend this to anybody who's looking for a cute contemporary, especially when it deals with traveling. I do recommend this, especially when this book features a map all Europe, and for someone who wants to travel around Europe or somewhere in Europe, I do recommend it for anybody who just wants to read a book about traveling. And the next book that I'm recommending to you guys is All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. This is about a princess who has this power that she's trying to figure out how to control them, and the kingdom doesn't see her as a rightful ruler, so she leaves the kingdom and meets this pirate to see how she can control her powers, and the story goes from there. I really enjoy this book, and I think people should pick up this book if they're looking for a sea adventure book, or like a book that reminds them like the Odyssey, because even though it's not Odyssey retelling per se, but I do, from reading it did remind me of the Odyssey a little bit, so I do recommend to anybody who's looking for a sea adventure book to read. And the next book that I'm recommending to you guys is Love and Gelato by Jen Evans Welch. This is about a girl whose mother just died from cancer, but her mother's final wish was for her to travel to Italy and get to know her father. So she travels to Italy, and then she meets her father and spend time with him for the summer, and then she meets this boy, and they both not only hang out together, but also try to seek a secret that her mother's been keeping from her. I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed the audiobook, so I do recommend the audiobook if you're just, it sounded like a travel kind of podcast kind of thing, but I do really I love this book. I think people will like it if they want like another book that they want to read about a place that they want to travel to. Like this book takes place in Italy, and I know there's more books in this series. They're more like companion sequels than, because they don't tell the same story of the main character, but I do think people should read, especially when it deals with traveling and and that features family themes. And the next book that I'm recommending to you guys is To Kill Akina by Alexandra Christo. This is about a siren who's been hunting human hearts, but then she rescues this prince, and then she gets punished by her mother by turning her into a human to kill the prince, and the whole story goes from there. This is a Little Mermaid retelling that I really enjoyed very much, and I think anybody who's looking for a different kind of Little Mermaid retelling, I think people should pick this up, especially when it deals with sirens, forbidden romance, and other things, and another sea book that I recommend. And the next book that I'm recommending to you guys is The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. This is about a girl who's find out that her family's getting deported to Jamaica, and then she spends the whole day with this boy the day before she leaves for Jamaica, and he tries to prove to her that there's such thing as fate and destiny and all that. And I really love this book. I definitely think people should read this if they're looking for a quick contemporary like I did. I've read this back in December, and I really enjoyed it, and I think people should read it, not only looking for another cute contemporary, but also to read a book that deals with multiple themes in this book. And the next book that I'm recommending to you guys is The School for Good and Evil by Saman Chidani. This is about two girls who are best friends and they're total opposites. One's good and one is bad, and then they go to the school for good and evil. One that is good end up going to the school for bad, and vice versa, and they try to figure out how to switch places from there. I really love this book because not only like it's almost like a sequel to different fairy tales because they have a lot of fairy tale references in it, but also I love the friendship between Agatha and Sophie. I just think people should read about that, especially like there are some people in the real world who have friends that are total opposite of themselves, and I just really love that friendship, and also they question whether they are who they really are, and it's also a really cute middle grade that I think everybody should read. And the next book that I'm recommending to you guys is The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. This is about two people who dated over the summer, and then they break up, and then they reunited 14 years later and question about their past and whether they are meant to be together. I love this book so much. I've seen the movie so many times, and I do love Nicholas Sparks books, but this is one of the ones that I definitely think people should read, especially when it's his debut novel. And also, if you're just looking for a romance to read, I definitely recommend The Notebook. And the last book that I'm recommending to you guys is By Your Side by Casey West, which is about two people who are locked into the library. I mean, who wouldn't want to get locked in a library with this boy? And they've been locked up for the weekend, and they figure out how to. And the last book that I'm recommending to you guys is By Your Side by Casey West, which is about a girl who gets locked up into the library with this boy for the whole weekend, and they try to get along so they can figure out how to get not locked up in a library. This is one of my favorite books by Casey West. I know I've read P.S. I Like You by Casey West, but I know this is definitely one of my favorites for sure, because who wouldn't want to be locked up in a library with a boy? And also it deals with a lot of things like that people judge other people. So what I love about this book is not only it's a really cute contemporary, but I also like how you find out like the person that you think they are, they're not who they think they are. But I know this also deals with the main character has anxiety. That's a mental health that she deals with in here, and then she tries to figure out how to actually deal with it. And then of course this boy actually help her with that. But I don't know, I just really love this book, and I've read it really quickly just because of how cute it is, and of course it's a bookish book. So that's all the random book recommendations that I have for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and comment down below your random book recommendations for me, because I would love to hear them. And if you haven't already, click the subscribe button and click the bell icon so be notified whenever I post the videos. Also, you can follow me on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads, which all links will be down below for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!